Hello students, welcome all of you in online lecture series of Internet of Things subject. In this lecture, we are going to study what is debugging and what are the types of debugging, everything about debugging in C programming. So this topic is covered in this lecture. So today is our 12th lecture on this subject, that is debugging. My name is Pooja Subhashrao Deshmukh from International Center of Excellence in Engineering and Management College, Aurangabad. In last lecture, we have studied what is function or loops. What is loops? So, why we need loop in our program? What are the types of loop? Then do while loop, for loop. What is the function of every loop? Or how to construct or how to execute this loop by adding a condition or something. So this is all that we have covered in last lecture. So in this lecture we are going to study what is debugging or why we need debugging process, or what are the steps which is including in debugging process, or what is the process of debugging, then what are the strategies of debugging, and what are the tools by using using these tools we need debugging process. So this is covered in this lecture. So let's see one by one. First of all, what is debugging and why it is important? So debugging is the process for fixing a bugs which is occurred in our software. A software application which needs to be error free before going out in the market, or customer satisfaction is the most important parameter for any organization, or only a bug free product which can keep your customer happy. That's why we are performing debugging process. So software programs under heavy testing, updating, troubleshooting and maintenance during the development process. Usually the software contain errors and bugs which are routinely removed. So this process is fixing bugs in our software. Also, it refers to identifying, analyzing and removing errors. And this process begins after the software fails to execute properly and conclude by solving the problem and the successfully testing by the software. But it is considered to be an extremely complex or tedious task because errors need to be resolved at any stages of debugging. So this is the all about debugging. There are 5 steps in debugging. So this part will covered in one by one. Then we will see what is the need of debugging. So in this process, the debugging begins as soon as the code of the software is written. Then it continue in a successive stages as code is combined with the other units of programming to form a software product. So debugging has many benefits, like it report an error condition immediately. Means what? The error condition allow earlier detection of an error, or it makes the process of software development stress free and unproblematic. Means there is no problem or occur when we debug our program. Then also it provide maximum useful information of data structures and allow easy interpretation. Means what? The complexity of our code is identified here. if any error is occur in this our program, so the software programmer know where the error is located at this time. So debugging assists the developer in reducing useless and distracting information. Also, through the debugging, developer can avoid complex one use testing code. Means what? It is to save the time and energy in software development process. So due to that, we need debugging process for our code or for our program. So next one is, what are the steps which including in debugging process? This process is actually performed by one. There are different steps that is involved in this process, and these are, first one is identify the error, whatever the error which is occur in our program. So first of all, we identify this error, then find the error location, whatever the location for the error, then analyze the error is third step, then prove the analysis, this is fourth step. After that, cover lateral damage, this is fifth stage, and last stage is fix this error and validate. So in this way debugging processes work. So we will see what is the function of each step, or what does the each stage do. First of all, identify the error. Means what? A bad identification of an error can lead to wasted developing time, or it is usual that production errors reported by the users are hard to interpret, and sometimes the information we receive is misleading or miscorrect. So it is important to identify the actual error, not fake error. Then move to second point or second step, that is find the error location. So whatever the location, after identifying the error correctly, you need to go through the code to find the exact spot or exact line, exact location where the error is located. So in this stage, you need to focus on the finding the error instead of understanding it. You have to just find the location of this error in this step. Then again next, analyze the error. Analyze the error means what? In the third step, analyze the error, you need to use a bottom up approach from the error location and analyze the code. You have to here analyze code. So this helps you in understanding the error. Then analyzing a bug has two main goals. This step having two goals, that is such as checking around the error for other errors to be found and make sure about the risk of entering any collateral damage in the fix. Means what? Third point is what? Our analyze the error. You have to analyze the error in this section with two responsibilities, that is checking around the error, whatever the error occur in your program, you have to check around this error, that is there is other error is found or not, or may be found in after, or make sure that about the risk of entering any collateral damage in the code. So this is analyze the error. The next one is prove the analysis. Whatever the analysis you have done, you have to prove this. So the how it will perform, once you are done analyzing the original bug, you need to find a few more errors that may appear on the application. So this step is about writing automated tests or these areas with the help of test frameworks. So the errors are three types, that is error having three types, that is syntax error, runtime error and logical error. Syntax error is formed when we violate any grammatical rule or programming language. At that time we get a syntax error. Like semicolon is compulsory after any command. If semicolon is not written, so this will shows the syntax error. The next error is runtime error. Runtime error means what? Any error causes abnormal program termination during execution. If your program is abnormal, it will terminate it. Suppose we are writing int a semicolon, a is equal to %0, means suppose we are dividing any number by 0. This is the abnormal program, because this condition does not satisfy. At that time runtime error will occur. Then third one is logical error. In logical error there is a incorrect translation of either the problem statement or the algorithm is incorrect. So this process or logical error is time consuming error. Suppose example, I am writing main, then open brace, int a is equals to 2, b is equals to 4 and c is equals to 0. Then writing float x semicolon, and any formula is given here. So what is that? If the formula is while returning a formula, I am giving here x command or x character. So this is logical error. This is nothing but a syntax error and logical error. So there are three types. The next one is cover lateral damage. Means what? In this stage you need to create or gather all the unit tests for the code where you are going to make changes. And now if you run this unit test, they allow should pass. When your code is error free, at that time you have to run this unit test. They should all passes. Then last stage is fix this error and validate. Means what? This is the final stage, is the fix all the errors and run all the test scripts to check it if they are passing or not. This means what? Fix and validate. So next one is our debugging strategies. Debugging strategies are divided into two types, that is backward analysis and forward analysis. So it is important to study the system in depth in order to understand the system. Also it helps the debugger to construct different representations of the systems that are to be debugged. So what is meant by backward analysis? Backward analysis of the problem which traces the program backward from the location of failure message in order to identify the region of faulty code. Also you need to study the region of defect thoroughly to find out the cause of defects. This means backward analysis. And in forward analysis, exactly opposite, that is backward analysis of the program involve tracking of program by using forward breakpoints or print statements at a different points in the program. Also it is important to focus on the region where the wrong outputs are obtained. So you must use the past experience of the software to checking for the similar problems or the success of this approach, which is depends upon the expertise in the debugger. So next one is debugging tools. Whatever the tools we are using while we debugging our program. Debugging tool is a computer program which is used to test and debug other programs. There are lot of public domain softwares like GDB, DBX that can use for debugging. Also they offer console based command line interfaces. Some of the automated debugging tools, which include code base tracers or profilers, interpreters, etc. So there is some widely used debuggers, that is Radar 2, Windyberg and Valgrind, which is used widely. So I hope you understand what is debugging and what are the different stages which is involved in debugging process. So guys, thank you very much. Have a good day.